What is up guys, it's your boy Swallam here, back with another Classic WoW video for the fresh Classic WoW servers or any edition of Classic WoW really, and today we're doing the solo farming Mage Sunken Temple run. This can be done either for gold farming, mage boosting, or simply leveling yourself from the lower level 50s all the way to level 60, or like to the high 50s depending on how long you want to stay inside Sunken Temple. But you can use this method to level up for quite a while, and it's really simple. You can start doing this like pretty much from level 52, 53, 54. Like what level you can start depends a lot on your personal skill level, the gear you have. Like to a certain extent here, gear does matter a little bit, and the lower level you are, the more careful you have to be about your pathing, and you will end up pulling mobs. That being said, there are multiple reset locations, and I'll be showing you the ones that I personally use. So first of all, you have this one right here where you want to be very specific with where you jump up, especially if you're playing a gnome. Now up here is going to be reset location number 1, so you can reset any mobs you have pulled, basically where you're standing right now, and just move your way around the corner and get behind the wall. If you fall down, don't worry, simply jump up here again and get your way back up. Now the main thing here is getting your way to the end boss in Sunken Temple, and then you'll be pulling absolutely everything, because you'll be pulling the 2 dragons into the boss, getting him into combat, and what usually happens then is that he pulls every single dragon in Sunken Temple to his location. So basically you just want to get your way in here without going into combat. If you ever get into combat, use the same ledge and get out of combat as well by simply using line of sight or staying on the ledge until the mobs leave you alone. Now at this point right here, you want to be fully shielded up with an ice barrier and mana shield, and then you're going to be pulling both Hassus and Morphus, or you're going to pull both of them right here with like a regular face pull, and I usually do 2 arcane explosions, then a blink, and this is just about perfect to get them into the boss, and then they will reset right afterwards. If they don't reset here, keep running away from them, and if you run away from them for long enough, they will reset eventually. Now once again, 1 or 2 arcane explosions into a blink usually leads to exactly what you saw right now, and if the boss uses a dialogue option in the chat, you will see that he will then start spawning all the green dragons in the entire dungeon and start running towards the last boss. And from here, you basically want to just let them all go to the boss itself, and then you want to start the pull. So we're just going to wait here. I usually go to the back here so I can see when the last couple of mobs spawn in, and if you're a lower level, you might end up pulling the 2 dragons by the way on the way back, in which case go here and blink and run away once again out of the room, and that will reset those 2 bosses. So if you end up pulling something because you are low level, when they're on their way to the boss, simply go this way and they will reset, and then go back to the boss. So once we are here, we have now seen that all of the mobs have like spawned in, and they are running towards the boss, and what I usually do here is to use a rank 1 blizzard to pull all of them, but I use this as late as possible. So I start lining up the blizzard right about here, and the lower level you are, the more away from the mobs you want to be, and when any of the mobs start moving, that is when I start channeling. So you can see right here, a couple of them started moving. That is when I start channeling, and here we're going to use a Frost Nova or a Cone of Cold and keep moving away. If you just keep sprinting here, maybe use a blink as well when you have to, those 2 dragon bosses, they will reset, but all of the other ones, they will still follow you. At this point you can stack up the mobs. I don't always do this, but sometimes I do stack them up like this. That is once again a preferential, like I shouldn't have used that Nova by the way, but I did, and I usually try to stack them up as much as I can just because it makes the whole kill phase slightly easier if they are stacked up from the start. Otherwise you're gonna have to stack them up at some point anyway, so using some rank 1 blizzards, like at some point, it's just beneficial. Now from here you want to swap out your ice armor with mage armor right about now, if you haven't already. Use mage armor, pop an ice barrier, don't have to do that, but I like to have an ice barrier here just in case, and then use a block right about here. Try to save the block as late as you can, depending on how spread apart the mobs are, just make sure you're blocked so they don't kill you on their way past. And from here, the juggling back and forth begins. This is basically in the whole kill phase of the boost or the solo farm. You will jump down to the ledge, you're going to pop a rank 1 blizzard at this ledge, and I usually use a rank 1 at the start to once again stack up all the mobs. And the reason why I use an ice barrier is that I can now absorb these acid spits, and I will also get some mana back from resisting those casts. So basically, the ice barriers for me, they're free, because I will get mana back every time I resist anyway, and the mana barrier just makes it so I don't lose health. Now, after using one rank 1 blizzard, they will all be stacked up quite a lot. At this point, you're just gonna spam max ranks all the time. So once again, you will jump up the ledge, you will go down, pop a max rank blizzard just around the corner there to wait for one of the mobs to spawn, or like to go around the corner, pop a max rank, try to channel the entire thing, jump back up, and then do the entire thing on repeat. If you ever proc a clear casting, you might want to cancel your blizzard like 75% of the way through, and let them walk away, and take advantage of clear casting. That will simply enhance your kill speed, so you will get this down even faster, and the way I'm doing it now is basically an 8 to 9 minute run, which means you can do 5 runs in about 50 minutes, including the time it takes to walk out. So you can basically get instance capped by doing this. It's a very good way to both farm gold, solo farm experience. Like, I think it's almost unbeatable. If you're a mage solo farming this, it is so insane. When it comes to speed leveling, it is incredible, and it's super simple. Like, watching a guide or two on this myself, like, many of the guides don't have a voice guiding you through things, so I wanted to talk you through what I do, why I do it, and things as well. I'm just giving you a voice in addition to the gameplay, so you know exactly what to do. But watching a single video on this and then trying it myself, I basically had it down. I even did this back in Season of Discovery, where it was the same thing, but we popped Living Flame and Living Bombs instead of using Blizzards, right? So it's the same strategy from Season of Discovery, but in Classic WoW this time, and you're basically just popping max rank Blizzards all the time, and waiting for them to die. And I usually like targeting the casters, as long as there are casters, so I don't really have any macros for this, but I just try to target the casters whenever I can, and that way you will see when they start casting, and you will also see when they're dying, because when the casters are dead, you can start playing a little bit more with like Frost Novas, using Cone of Cold, using your Shatter combos to kill the melees, just to once again increase the kill speed even further. So once the casters are down, this is super simple, but even now as well, it's still super simple. Now, another reason why you want to do this is it's very good for gold farming. Like, even if you're not boosting anyone, it's a very good way to farm gold. It is better than Sulfarak, for example, and it's better than Sulfarak, like in raw gold, plus it has some insane epics. You can get Edge Masters. Like, that by itself should tell you how incredible this is. You can get Edge Masters here, you can get many other good epics here, you can get Traveler's Backpacks, and it's kind of funny because I recorded this run right here. It was probably my run number 30 or something that I just happened to record, and guess what? We got a Traveler's Backpack. You're gonna see that when we're like looting at the end here as well. Like, you can get some incredible loot. It is a very good way to farm gold, and if you have skinning, you can farm even more gold, because like I just said, you can do one run in between 8 and 9 minutes, and then if you include one more minute to run out, reset and run back in, you can basically do 5 runs in about 50 minutes, which means you will have a 10-minute lockout at the end. If you have skinning, you can use those 10 minutes and still make gold in those 10 minutes as well. Now, in this case, you can see I use a Shatter combo at the end here because all the casters are dead, so might as well. Now, at the end, you're just gonna loot absolutely everything, and whenever I'm boosting, I usually get about 15% of a level. Between 15 and 20% of a level, if I have rested experience. So if you don't have rested, it's probably 10% of a level, and as you can see, Traveler's Backpack looted right there. You can get between 10 and 20% of your level, 15 and 20% if you have rested experience, and about 10% if you don't have rested experience. And the thing is, this boost is very cheap, because many mages are doing it just to farm gold. So instead of paying 30 gold a run for Maraudon, for example, you can pay 5 gold. I've seen people on my server sell this boost for 5 gold per run. It is very, very good. Now, once again, I have skinning here, so I'm going to use the downtime here to not get locked out, and just make even more gold with skinning as well. Now, I do believe that's basically just about everything you want to know. Now, a couple of side notes here is that I did have 2 mana gems during the pull, so I like to have that every single time, make 1 mana gem and 1 mana opal, I guess, or 2 different mana gems, so you just have those available. You will also loot mana potions from doing this run, or this farm basically, so don't be shy when it comes to using both mana potions and health potions. You will get them while you're farming anyway, so if that helps you in some way, shape or form, then just use them. Like all the mana potions I currently have, I've gotten from doing this farm, and the same thing with the superior healing potions, I've gotten those from this farm as well. So if you are playing a mage in Classic WoW, this is a very good way to first of all level yourself up in the level 50 range, like low level 50s to high level 50s, very good way to solo farm, and it's a very good way to make gold as well, whether you're doing it while leveling, like in the level 50s, speed leveling and making gold at the same time, or coming back here at level 60 and making even more gold by killing things even faster. Now, if you're not playing a mage, don't worry, I have a gold making guide that is like for that purpose, of showing you different ways to make gold in Classic WoW when it comes to farming in the open world, being a rogue, doing rogue farms, hunting for recipes, a bunch of different ways to farm gold in Classic WoW that you can check out. The link to the guide is down below in the video description and also the pinned comment. Now, we're not just talking about farming for gold here, we're also talking about crafting, passive gold making, investing, playing the auction house, basically how I have made several tens of thousands of gold in Classic WoW, and it's all in one place. In addition to that, you get early access to content, you get early access to investment videos, gold farm videos, a lot of videos that you will have early access to, so you will have access to those before they go public. So you can like benefit from them way in advance. And if that's interesting to you, once again the link is down below. It's a great way to support me and make yourself more gold in Classic WoW at the same time. Either way, that's basically the video for today, so hopefully this helps you out. And yeah, get out there, go farm. Either way, thank you once again for watching, I really do appreciate it. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video, and thank you once again. I'll see you again in the next video very soon.